Shalom, all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Waha Rakah Quadash, double honor to my teachers, the apostles, and the elders of the great millstone. Also, peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Lord willing, this lesson will be edifying. Count all things as loss to gain, Hamashiach. The book of Philippians, chapter 3 and verse 7. But what things were gained to me, those I counted loss for Hamashiach. And that's right. That's the same mindset that we should be in, being the hopeful elect, those that have been called to this ministry. We should count all things as loss for the gain of Hamashiach. Verse 8, it says, yeah, doubtless, and I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai, my Lord. So we count all these things that we have gained currently in this world for this knowledge that the Most High through Yahweh Shai have allowed us to receive. It says, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things. And that's right. The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2 and verse 1 tells us, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. So if you are sincerely serving Yahweh Yahweh Shai, prepare for the fiery trials, because they are coming. It says, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung, that I may win Hamashiach. So all of the things that an individual in this world can count as valuables, we should be in the mindset of being ready to lose those things to win Hamashiach. That's why Romans chapter 12 and verse 2 tells us, it says, and be not conformed to this world. So let's look up this word conformed, because this is what mindset we should be in. The word conformed, the pronunciation in the Strong's G.
Strong's G 4964. Suschematizo. Suschematizo.
So the definition reads, to conform one's self, all right? And that's what we don't want to do, conform ourselves to this wicked and adulterous world amongst a wicked and adulterous and sinful generation. It says, i.e. one's mind and character, to another's pattern, fashion one's self according to. And that's what mindset that we don't want to be in, all right? We don't want to fashion our mind or character to the pattern of this world, because remember, this is a feminine society ran by a feminine man, all right, a childlike man by the name of Esau Edom, which is the so-called modern-day white race, and we don't want to conform ourselves to this system, all right, because this system is wicked, and conforming yourselves to the system of the wicked, you're going to do wickedly, just like the wicked is doing, all right? So we don't want to conform ourselves to this world, all right? We want to turn our backs upon this world and turn our faces and our spirits towards Yahweh Yahweh Shai, all right? So let's read it again, since we got a clear understanding of that word conformed. In Romans 12 and 2, it says, and be not conformed to this world, all right, this current system that we're living in, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, all right? And that's by the washing of the word, all right? Once this truth enter into your vessel, all of the impurities are being pushed out over a process of time. That's renewing your mind, okay? All the impurities that you have within your spirit, okay, within your mind. All of the ways of Christianity, all of the ways of these pagan holidays, okay? We not to be a part of all of that. That's transforming your mind, coming up out of this system, coming up out of the ways of America. It says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. All right, kainos, your mind has been refreshed, has been brought back to the old path. It says that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. And what is that? Doing the work. Okay, that's why we must separate from this world, so we can be 100% within the book of Micah, chapter 2 verse 10. And it reads, "Arise and depart, for this is not your rest." So America is not the rest of ours. This is our captivity. And those that have received this truth, have received Hamashiach, have been called to this ministry, we have arise and depart from this world spiritually, all right, and not physically. We don't obey a flea doctrine, all right, physically take yourselves to another land. We are waiting upon a Messiah. He is the only one that's going to save you. The scripture says, and no man shall buy you, meaning no man shall save you but Yahweh Shai. All right. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted." Yeah, America is polluted. All right, by their laws, legislations. Okay, Esau, Edom, the so-called modern-day white race, beginning with the top-tier elites being in control. That's pollution within itself. All right, and that's putting forth other sections of pollution throughout the world just by the wicked being in rulership. All right, so it says, because it is polluted, so this place is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. And that is going to come by the way of 200 million missiles. Okay, unto those that do not spiritually arise and depart from the spirit of America. Okay, because those that have done this, ye shall have a reward. The book of Matthew, chapter 4, and verse 18, and it reads, "And Yahushua walked by the sea of Galilee, saw two brothers, Simon called Peter, and Andrew his brother, casting the net into the sea, for they were fishers. And he said unto them, Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men." All right, so we had occupations when we was out in the world, okay? But once this truth came in our lives, all right, we stray away, as the scripture tells us in verse 20, and they stray away, left their nets, and followed him, meaning they left their occupation, okay? And that's the sense that we're in. We left our aspirations and dreams, long-term aspirations and dreams of this world, and followed Yahweh Shai, all right? And he have made us what? Fishers of men. Verse 21, "And going from thence, he saw other two brothers, James, the son of Zebedee, and John, his brother, in a ship with Zebedee, their father, mending their nets. And he called them." So James and John was about their business, all right? The same way Simon, that was called Peter, and Andrew, his brother, they was what? Tending their business, which was being fishers, okay? Doing their daily occupation, all right? But when we was called, just like the disciples of old, which we are the disciples coming back in the reincarnation, all right, to receive the reward here in these end days. But the disciples of old, all right, or us in time past, all right, when we was mending our nets, going by with our daily occupation, we was called, just like the disciples was called. It says, "And he called them." Verse 22, "And they immediately left their ship and left their father and followed him." And that's what we have done. We immediately, once we was called, immediately drop our nets. We immediately dropped the aspirations and dreams that we had long term within this world, and we followed Hamashiach. All right. Now, that's gonna what? Bring forth a reward if we continue unto the end. St. Matthew 24 tells us, "He that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved." All right. St. Matthew 16 and 25, and it reads, it says, "For whosoever will save his life shall lose it." So in order for you to save your life here in this wicked, in this polluted world, you should lose your life. It says, "For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it." So we have lost our lives for the sake of Yahweh Shai. So now we have found life. All right. Verse 26, "For what is a man profit if he shall gain the whole world and lose his soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul?" Verse 27, "For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then shall he reward every man according to his work." So It is a reward. It is a reward. Okay? What is their reward? Verse 28. Verily I say unto you, there be some standing here which shall not taste death till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom. All right? Let's jump from there and let's get, say, Matthew 19, starting at the 27th verse. And it reads, it says, Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? So the disciple Peter was saying what? We have dropped our nets. We have lost all of our aspirations and dreams in this society. And we have done all of that to follow you. What are we going to have since we have lost and left everything? Verse 28, and Yahushua said unto them, Verily, and verily means truly, so this is a true saying, I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, meaning the reincarnation, being back in the flesh, okay, the old spirit coming back in new flesh, okay, and we are old spirits coming back in this new flesh here in these end times to receive the reward. It says that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye shall also sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. So that's being inheritant to the throne of the Most High through Yahushua. By us continuing to follow Yahushua and turn our backs to this world, that's the reward. Being a made part of the governed body, not tasting death. All right, having victory through the victor, which is Yahushua, meaning he have already carried off the victory. He have already prevailed against death by giving himself up to the cross. See, verse 29, it says, and everyone that have forsaken houses, see, or brothering, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake. If you have forsaken all of these things for the name's sake of Yahushua, ye shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life. And that's the reward for dropping our nets, dropping our aspirations and dreams, following Yahushua. Lord willing, we endure unto the end. We're going to what? Receive everlasting life. All right. So, Lord willing, I pray that this made sense and that this was edifying. Shalom.